The week in Salem begins with a strange and unsettling quiet, the kind of quiet that only comes before a storm. Families have just come out of Thanksgiving, but instead of warmth and celebration, the DeMaras are left with unanswered questions and a growing sense that something is terribly wrong. Chad DeMara never arrived at the Horton house, and while young Thomas pretended not to care, the truth is that even he senses the void left by his father's unexplained disappearance. Charlotte, innocent and emotional, keeps asking for him, not understanding why her father isn't there to tuck her in or tease her with holiday stories. Far away from the comfort of home, Chad awakens in a strange, disorienting place, the same kind of captivity that both Tony and Kristen had endured. His vision is blurry, his thoughts scrambled, and the first thing he realizes is that he has been deliberately taken. The confusion settles into fear as he tries to make sense of how he ended up here and why. Chad has been through darkness before, but this kind feels different, colder, as if someone carefully orchestrated every detail to remove him from Salem at the most vulnerable moment. Back home, Jennifer Devereaux's irritation turns into concern. Chad disappearing without a word is something she cannot rationalize, and the more she thinks about it, the more she realizes that this is not the behavior of the man who has been desperately trying to hold on to his children. Meanwhile, E.J. DeMara's instincts kick in. He may not always get along with Chad, but blood is still blood, and E.J. knows the signs of a DeMara being targeted. Theo Carver, who also senses something wrong, reaches out, and slowly an unexpected alliance forms. Two men both connected to Chad in different ways, now united by the need to find him. This alliance feels uneasy at first, but both understand that time is slipping and the trail could go cold if they don't act fast. Together, EJ and Theo begin to follow the faintest of clues, retracing steps, questioning motives, and trying to piece together who would want Chad, Tony, and Kristen all taken at the same time. Meanwhile, another storyline shifts quietly inside the walls of Bayview, where broken minds and wounded hearts cross paths. A bed has opened up, and Rachel Black finds herself sharing space and strange energy with Sophia Choi. Their bond begins subtly, a look, a shared moment of confusion, the recognition of another person walking on emotional glass. The danger, however, is that trauma can either heal or destroy depending on who you trust. Sophia may be a source of comfort, understanding, or guidance. Or she may become a mirror of chaos, someone who amplifies Rachel's worst instincts. The uncertainty of this new friendship is what makes it compelling. In Bayview, even kindness can turn poisonous. Elsewhere in Salem, old wounds are brushed open as Gwen Rizek von Luskner unexpectedly shows pity toward Xander Cook. Their shared past pulls them back into each other's orbit with a force neither of them expected. Two people who have made terrible choices, two people who often feel misunderstood by the world, suddenly find a strange comfort in each other's presence again. Whether this grows into something romantic or simply a moment of emotional shelter, it stirs up an old energy that neither has fully put to rest. In the hospital, Kayla Johnson confirms Marlena Evans' diagnosis, which pushes Marlena into a moment of raw vulnerability. She opens up to Leo Stark, of all people. Someone who, despite his flaws, listens with a heart more compassionate than most give him credit for. Marlena's confession becomes a turning point, a moment where she allows herself to admit fear rather than hide behind strength. These are the moments that redefine characters, when the bravest ones let their guard fall. EJ, while searching for Chad externally, is quietly battling a storm of his own memories internally. Memories of Kat, of mistakes, of unresolved grief that refuses to settle. Gabby Hernandez, sensing danger and misguided trust, warns Theo, hoping to protect him from the fallout of aligning too closely with EJ's personal agenda. Meanwhile, Kat crosses paths with Jennifer and makes her an offer, a deal Jennifer has to consider carefully. The only deal Jennifer would ever entertain from Kat is one that finally takes Kat out of Salem, removing her influence and cleansing the lingering tension she brings wherever she goes. Jack Devereaux steps into the picture as the calm voice guiding Thomas, who is struggling with anger toward his father. Jack knows firsthand how damaged father-son relationships can shape a child's heart. He tries to help Thomas understand that even flawed parents deserve a chance, especially when they are the only surviving parent left. Jack hopes this conversation will not only help Thomas soften, but also give Jennifer the courage to separate her own frustrations from what is best for her children. The week unfolds like a maze, threads weaving, separating, reconnecting. Chad fights to stay sane in captivity. EJ and Theo race against time. Sophia and Rachel slip deeper into their fragile new bond. Marlena confronts the truth about her health. Gwen and Xander drift toward old familiar ground. And through it all, Salem remains a city where every secret, every alliance, and every confession becomes a spark that lights the next fire. This week is not just about suspense, but about emotional fractures, unexpected reunions, deep fears, and the invisible ties that pull people together even when they're breaking apart. Every storyline, from Chad's captivity to Bayview's growing bond, moves toward a point where buried truths and hidden dangers finally surface.